I know I've been quiet for a while, but now I'm ready to resume my art projects and to go back to my schedule of videos. And I want to talk about things that happens in our lives that sometimes move us away from what we are excited about doing and what to do to go back on track. In the beginning of this year, I was really excited about my next series. If you saw my last video, I think I talked a little bit about it in my next video, but I also talk about it in my Patreon video. I was ready to dive deep in those concepts that I was thinking about, which were quietness, contemplation, being totally absorbed by the nature around you and reflecting about you and your life. So it was something very introspective. It was a series about solitude and about being with yourself and having some self time. And I was really ready to jump right away into it. But then life happens. And one thing that happened exactly on January was that my mom, she stepped on her dog and she fell on the floor on top of her arm and she broke her arm, this bone right here. And I had to go stay with her for a while. My mom lives in the same state as I live, but in a different city, a beautiful city called Saquarema. And I decided to spend some time with her, helping her at least in those first days, so she could find how she was going to move during this hard time. The idea was that I was going to be with her, take her to the doctor. I was helping her with getting dressed, with food, with everything she needed. But I thought that I was going to have some time for myself where I would be able to draw and paint something from Saquarema. I even took some art materials. I filmed my packing process because I was thinking about editing a video for YouTube. Here are the materials that I'm taking with me on this trip. And as you can see, I'm taking a few sketchbooks. Now we are on our way to Saquarema City. And I've been so busy that I wasn't able to do anything, any drawing at all, any painting so far. But in the end, I just couldn't do anything. I was all my waking time helping her. It was more demanding than I initially expected. When I got back home, I was really mentally exhausted or emotionally exhausted. So it was hard to get back to my regular schedule. And then on top of that, we live in a rural area. As you might know, I live in the middle of the Atlantic forest, far from the city. We don't have regular services like deliveries or mobile cell phones network. We were having a lot of trouble with power shortages, sometimes 2 days without power. We also were short on internet on a few days. So I was already exhausted about the trip and having to take care of someone ill. Things around me were really putting me in an even harder place. So I have to be honest, I completely lost momentum. For a few days, I was trying to organize different things in my life. For example, I was doing some work in the garden. We decided to move some plants and put things in a way that I think will work better for the plants. So, for example, if there's a plant that was not growing in a particular part, maybe we should move it to a place with more sun. I also organized my studio, my art materials, and changed the position of my drawing desk. My daily schedule was completely off, and then on top of that, I was editing the video. Actually, I was rewriting the script of my commissions video. I don't know if you heard me talking about that. I've been talking about this video forever. And I was rewriting the script because I still don't know how I'm going to present the scenes that I shot for this video, and I've been going back and forth on the ideas. I've already wrote 3 different scripts because sometimes I think I want to focus on showing you things that I did. Other times I think that I want to talk about tips on how to handle commissions. So I think maybe this way would be more useful for people who are watching. Sometimes I want to maybe mix both. So I don't know. I think I've been overthinking this script, and it's taking me forever to put this video together, and I don't know, I think I'm also exhausted because of that. Right now I don't know if I'm going to finish eventually this video or not. I don't know, it's on hold right now. But this time wasn't completely lost. I did a few things that I think I'd like to show you. I finished this drawing in the first page of my sketchbook. So usually I start the sketchbook on the second page, this one, and then when I'm like halfway through the sketchbook, I go back and finish or start to finish the first page. Because I think sometimes the first page of a sketchbook can be too intimidated. Sometimes it's a brand new sketchbook and you want it to be perfect. It's not always, but it's something that I think if you are stuck having a hard time to start a new sketchbook, maybe you should give this a try. So I have some scenes from this drawing that I'm going to show you right now. Also, one thing that I want to create a video about it is this set of Gansai Tambi watercolors. This is a gift from a friend. I've already filmed the unboxing of it, but I want to also film the swatches and maybe testing. So I haven't really used, because right now that I'm doing YouTube, I want to film everything, so maybe it might end up in a video. So although I got this on January and we are already on March, I'm still waiting for the perfect time to test it. And now one thing that I'm really excited about, that is not an ongoing project, it's a one piece that I'm going to create for someone very special, that is my grandma. At the same time, when my mom broke her arm, my grandma, who lives in a different state in São Paulo, she also fell, but she broke 3 ribs, and I'm planning to visit her. And it's also her 100th birthday. So I plan to create a watercolor of her birth city. She was born in Portugal. She's Portuguese. I'm half Brazilian, half Portuguese. And I'm going to paint a scene from Barcelos. She lived in a rural area of Barcelos and she's very religious. So I'm thinking about painting a church from a photo that was taken by my uncle. My uncle is a professional photographer, just as my father. So I'm thinking about painting this in watercolor for her. And of course, I'm going to film this for you. So right now, my Solitude series is on hold. I did a few studies, a few thumbnails that I'm going to show you. So I did a few thumbnails and I did this drawing and I filmed it, the whole process. But I stopped here. I didn't progress. So right now I'm going to put this aside, paint this watercolor from my grandma, and then I'll go back to the Solitude series or the commissions video after that. And now some thoughts about how to approach those lost momentum phases of our life. You should not be too hard on yourself. I'm not being too hard on me. And sometimes I think you have to stop and think about what you're doing to make sure you are just following something that you really want, or if you're just in autopilot, which I don't think it's good. In my case, I think I really want to continue this Solitude series. And I also think that I still want to do videos. I'm still having a hard time editing and filming and dealing with lights. It's still very time consuming for me. It's not automatic, but I think I like the results. I like what I'm doing and I want to continue. I don't know, maybe I will try different formats like this one, which is more like a talking head, or I don't know, studio update, call it as you want. Maybe other formats as well, because I think the way that I was doing the videos were really time consuming. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find this helpful. Hopefully this will be the start of a new phase of my channel. Hopefully I will be able to get back on track and get momentum again. And hopefully you will, if you lost momentum at some time. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out my previous videos if you haven't watched any of them. I see you in the next one. Bye.